So I have been repotting my cattleyas. I have quite a few that I've done already. Let's see, 8, 16, 24. Well, two of those I'm debating moving up in size. But this is the coarser perlite and the coarser charcoal with the same rock wool. Um, I had some issues this year with humidity being too humid, and I got some issues with like rot and stuff. Let's see. So I'm just leaving it on there because they seem to be doing okay. But stuff like this I'll cut off. You see, it just was bacteria that got into the leaves. But anyways, I wanted to show you some repotting, and then I was also going to show you a trick if you wanted to keep them in the same pot. Let's see if I can set this up. Movie magic, it got flipped around. So I have been having I should have probably repotted these last year when I got them. I did not. So I've been having a lot of you see, yeah, you can see. There's a bird fight, I guess, so pardon the birds. But anyways, so it's not too bad. Some of the roots are definitely not good, and you can just generally pull at them and see what's not good and what it is. What I'm going to do is get rid of this plug in there. You just do it by teasing it. You could cut it off, but there might be something in there, like a root. If you just tease it away, it generally comes out. And that's just the sphagnum moss plug that growers use for their seedlings. You can see, just teasing it. And then also be careful of any new roots. This is prime time for new root development, and we don't want to hinder that. I've already knocked off like one new root today. And this is like the only time that I would actually like snip stuff is if there's just a bunch of dead roots. You can tell that they're dead if they're smushy, there's no real substance to it. That one seems to be somewhat alive. That one does not. So, and you could just pull them apart. The filament comes off, and it's just, the filament is the big spongy thing over top. And then these like little strings are actually little roots. I don't mind keeping too much of it in the pot because it helps stabilize it. But you don't want too many because dead matter is never that good. And then you just pick off any of the dead roots on top. I know that this one had some issues. So you see the filament just comes right off. Anyways, you just feel it, and if it's papery, it pulls right off. That's the dead root. And then, so this is growing this way. It grows on a rhizome. So this is the oldest growth, and this is the newest growth. That's where the newest roots are going to be. And that's where we're going to position. Ooh, and it's going to tip. There we go. Anyways, so we're going to position it as such. The newer growth, so this is a new growth, that's a new growth. And we'll put the new growth in the center of the pot, facing out. Some Osmocote. Easy as that. And this was Loud 9 times Potnera, Loud 9 times Quill Smith, Mini Angel. So one of the things I wanted to show you was I just potted this up, but I will unpot it. This had a bunch of roots, and it didn't really fit in the pot. The way that it was growing was like this. It was growing, it was probably like that. I just ripped it apart, divided it, and you can get rid of these old back bulbs. See, easily pull off. I will not water this because there is that open wound, and this is the time you can get rid of all this not sheathing, what are those called? Sarongs? I think they're called sarongs. Anyways, I don't know if that's right or not. But anyways, so this one has a new growth right there. And this one has 2 new growths, 1, 2. And one of the things you can do if you want to not have 2 different plants is you can put them back together in the pot. I was debating of keeping this on or not. I'm trying to make it look presentable, but sometimes that's hard. Like I said, I've already done like 24, and I really don't feel like being super. Oh, and see, this one's got even more growth. 1, 2, and this is dead, so we can just pull that off. Oof. For the most part, all these roots are good. They do look yellowy or brown, but that's because they were, deep in the pot. And these were ones on the outside of the pot. So a good rule of thumb is keeping roots that were outside of pots on the outsides, but I'm not doing it. So what I'm going to try to do is mash this up as best I can into a nice little ball. See, it takes up less space in the pot. And then just backfill it, trying to keep stuff. And I'm probably going to repot this again next year or whatever, depending on how this grows. But that's next year and a problem. So we have some of those aerial roots still out, so they'll be able to stay alive. But that's about it. I'm not recording any of this. Oh, yes, I am. I get so confused with technology sometimes. So a lot of the leaves that I had issues with, obviously I've cut off or I trimmed them off, but I washed it with, not washed it, but sprayed it with the All Seasons, I think it's All Seasons. It's like a suffocant oil that you mix with gold listerine, which is an antibacterial, antifungal, so it kind of stops it in its tracks. A lot of people also use like Cleary's or Physan, stuff like that. But that's about it. Here's another one. Want to watch me tackle this one? Oh my goodness. So, like I said, there was that rot issue that I had, or the bacteria issue that I had. And then this is actually just freckling. You can see the difference. There's like indentations in that one. So I'm just going to cut it off because it's unsightly. And let's go over here. And squeezing the pot, all those root seeds get unattached from it. I don't know where that one came from. Oh, it went back. It went back into the pot. Let's try to get it out. We'll do whoop. And then detangle. And then get rid of any little things in there. Any of the old roots that aren't good. Get rid of this ball of, that came right off. I love it when it comes right off. And then just pressing and feeling any of the roots. Pressing. These feel good. That one's bad. And since there are so many roots, I'm just going to go in and cut those dead ones off. You cannot really. Why is this not cutting? So, air roots, I'm going to try to keep kind of level with the pot, and I'm going to try to get most of this stuff wrapped around. So here's the thing, we got 2 new growths, it looks like. We got one here, one here. We could do the little trick that we did, where we divide it in half and we reposition it, but I am being lazy and don't feel like doing that. we're just gonna push it as far back as we can. You can see there's a lot of room there. Oops. Okay, so we have as much space as we can for the new growths positioned by positioning this back. And then kind of fill in a little bit back there. So that's about it. Just remember always to put your tag back. Newton. Oof, I think I just got a mosquito bite. Alright guys, that's about it. I love you so much, family. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.